Today, former New York gubernatorial candidate Lee Zeldin here in studio. Nice to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
Former congressman, you ran for governor. You failed at that. However, you ran a really good campaign and drove a lot of these issues into the conversation. Question for you. Here's New York Post. Got it. Bravo to Eric Adams for his verbal volleys at the border, but what will he actually do? In truth, I think this is the biggest statement he has made as mayor of New York. What do you think?
Well, I agree. Instead of this red state versus blue state, red city versus blue city battle that was going on, the reality was that even if all of the Democrats and Republicans who were battling were totally on the same page for fixing this, you're not going to actually resolve this until the federal government and the Biden administration steps up and does what they need to do to secure our southern border. So it's appropriate, and the city mayor is right by saying that it's on the federal government first and foremost to resolve this.
Okay, some of this ran yesterday. I want to play it again on Sunday at the border. Here is Eric Adams, New York's mayor.
This is a national problem. We must have real immigration reform, and we must immediately have a short-term fix of making sure that the cost of this does not fall on our local cities.
The case he's making is that New York City is spending millions and millions of dollars. But New York has said, we're a sanctuary city. If you want to come here, you're welcome. So what now?
Well, and that's a problem. New York City operating as a sanctuary city, New York State operating as a sanctuary state, having these incentives and rewards is sending a message to people who aren't yet in the country that if they can get here, they can make their way all the way up to New York, that this is the environment that's waiting for them. It's encouraging people to just go through their own process of coming into the country, even if it's illegally. So I do believe it needs to get changed. Now, as far as the drain on resources, we see with shelters, with hotels, with schools, with medical facilities, the costs for taxpayers, for people who are here hardworking, struggling to make ends meet and are in New York legally, it ends up being unbearable. And this trajectory right now is unsustainable. I think the city can do its part, and the state can do its part by reversing these sanctuary
Okay,
cities.
so he's had a lot of tough language for the feds. He had a lot of language for FEMA. Did he say President Biden by name?
That's a problem. And the thing is, Eric Adams, which, credit to him for saying that it's important for the federal government to take action and leadership here. But when he talks about immigration reform, I don't think he's talking about finishing construction of the border wall, ending catch and release, enforcing the Remain in Mexico policy. Stop incentivizing, rewarding the illegal entry. And also, by the way, we should be better supporting our Customs and Border Patrol agents. So just using the term, we need immigration reform from the federal government, doesn't necessarily mean that this is coming with the specifics that will actually solve it.
We've been there for 2 years. Some other media outlets have been there for the past month. But the buses worked because it drew attention to the issue. The flight out of Florida to Martha's Vineyard drew attention to the issue. Would you agree with that?
100%. Absolutely. And it ended up adding the pressure. Would Mayor Adams be at the southern border putting pressure on the federal government to act if not for the way that New York City has been forced to bear this brunt? Now, I'm not advocating for buses and flights to be coming to New York City, but the fact is, to your question, absolutely, when this was not just a Florida issue, a Florida challenge, I'm sorry, a Texas issue, a Texas challenge, and you had some of these blue city, blue state leadership forced to try to figure out what to do, it ended up changing the conversation. And we see media also in places like New York City ending up joining what, as you pointed out, Fox has been on this for years.
We have. Another quick story here, and that is about crime in America. This is a big part of your campaign. There was a study out of California that looked at 16 major American cities. Here's what they found. Asian hate crimes reported to police in 16 of America's largest cities and counties rose 164% in the first quarter of 2021 in comparison to the first quarter of the previous year, 2020. What's that tell you?
They are very fed up with the Democratic Party. Crime is a top issue for them. We won in our gubernatorial race, Chinatown in Manhattan, Flushing in Queens, Sunset Park in Brooklyn.
You won.
We won the Asian American vote, even though they are predominantly Democrat. Why? Because people in their own community pushed in front of an oncoming subway car and killed, stabbed to death in their apartment in Lower Manhattan, beaten to death on the street with a hammer. We're not just talking about an assault. We're talking about people who are actually losing their life, and the Asian American community in New York City felt like an attack on one of them was an attack on all of them. and they wanted to do something about it, and they felt like the Democratic Party wasn't serious enough about fighting crime.
We shall see whether or not that trend continues. Very interesting. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
I see you recovered.
Yes, sir.
Lee Zeldin, thanks, here in New York.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.